Hi, this is DJ Prone's Mixed Bag Show on Indie Soul Radio, going out also on T-Rex Radio and Soul City The Beat, and later YouTube. I want to welcome two members of a legendary band, legends themselves. Whether they like it or not, they're legends, because I say so. We have Eric Nolan and Walter Williams of the OJs. How you doing?
Really good. How are you?
Good.
Oh, brilliant. Really well, thank you. How's your day been so far?
I had an appointment with the dentist. But it was good. It was a good appointment. So I got to go back tomorrow.
Oh, right. Okay, so they haven't injected you. Your mouth's not out here, which is good.
Right, no. It didn't need any numbing today.
Oh, that's good. Well, your teeth look good, I've got to say.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well, I mean, as I have both of you here, I know you both have some great stuff coming up together, which we'll get to. But what we're going to do to start with is rewind. And we're going to say, I'm going to ask this to both of you. And I think what I'll do is, I've asked this to Eric before, but we're going to ask Eric again. But I'm going to ask you first, Walter. Where did it all start for you?
For me, it all started in Canton, Ohio. They would have a show at the Canton Memorial Auditorium. It has since been renamed Canton Civic Center, I think. And they would have a show called A Shower of Stars. And on that show would be artists like Laverne Baker, the Drifters, Anthony and the Imperials, Frankie Lyman, Teenagers, Lloyd Price.
Wow.
Just a lot of great, at that time, rhythm and blues artists. And we would go and the girls would actually go nuts. And I was just taken aback, as they say, by that. And I wanted to do it. They didn't even have to pay me. I wanted to do it so the girls could go nuts.
That's fantastic. And they're still going nuts now, I bet.
They are.
That's why you're both smiling.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. And Eric, I know we've had you on here recently, but we have other listeners here that may have not heard the first interview. So, Eric, could you also tell me how it started for you?
Just coming up watching a show called The Ken Hawkins Show. And I got a chance to see the OJs, the Whispers, James Brown, Dramatics, Stylistics, and I was bitten. I was bit by it by then, and you know, it's really surreal because when I saw the OJs, it was 5 of them, and so that made me want to get a 5-man group because I saw them, and the way they used to have their group. The way they used to do it is that they had 2 guys on the end and had 3 guys in the middle, and the 3 guys would be singing. And Eddie and Walter, they would, you know, at the time it was Eddie, Walter, and Will. They were doing a lot of the leads.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure I had 3 guys in the group that could trade off leads like that.
Wow.
So that's basically where it all started for me. You know, wanting to be in a singing group, because I never wanted to do solo. I didn't even think about ever doing solo. Never even thought about it. You know, and so that's what happened. I just got bit by that. But I would say Ken Hawkins Show, along with the OJs and James Brown and the Whispers. I remember them like it was yesterday.
Wow.
Being on that show.
What a lineup, though. And the Godfather there, too. I mean, come on. That's just awesome. I can see why you wanted to do that. It's like the formula, isn't it?
Yeah, because back then, believe it or not, back then, the OJs were still the blueprint in Cleveland.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was still the blueprint, even when it was 5 of them.
Yeah.
And it's strange when I hear Eddie and Walt tell the story of how they looked up to the Coasters, the Drifters, and even the Temptations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they had got to the point to where, you know, I remember going on tour with them, and the OJs would be headlining over the Temps.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, but then I think they did some touring together where they would flip-flop. Is that right, Walt?
That's correct. Some nights we would headline, and other nights they would headline.
That's the thing.
But for them to look up
groups.
Right, but for them to watch the Temps and hopefully one day get the big records like the Temps did.
Yeah.
And then they actually did get the big records.
Yes, indeed.
So that's who I watched them, and that's just so surreal for me.
That's wonderful. I'm going to do one of them completely random questions. I'm not as good at this as Gina is, but I'm going to ask you something really random. What's the worst meal you've had when you've been on tour?
Worst meal?
Yeah.
Bad chicken. Bad chicken. I'm a chicken hawk, and I don't understand how anyone could mess up chicken. And I've had some chicken wings that were horrible. I mean, you gotta season them.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I've had some terrible chicken wings. I don't know how they did that to chicken.
I got to concur. I really have to go with Walt on that one. Yeah. Bad chicken. Yeah. I mean, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing we do when we come to the dressing room is like, how's that chicken?
Yeah. Yeah. And see, we have chicken noodle soup as well.
Right.
And that's really good for your throat before you go on, because it's warm and it has a little bit of grease in it that helps to lubricate your throat a little bit if it's dry. And I always have me a cup of broth, chicken broth, before I go on stage. And hopefully we got some good chicken wings.
Oh, yes.
Because that helps. And when they're bad, oh, they are bad.
I agree with him, man. I have to agree with him. That's the worst. That's the worst ever. When you mess up chicken wings.
Yeah.
You know, that says a lot about the promoter.
Well, people that look like me don't normally wash meat or season it, but I'm different. I do both. I wash and season it. and overnight.
Overnight, yeah.
Yes, that's good, because it has a chance to marinate, and that's great. I love chicken like that.
That's brilliant. So, talking of going on tour, now we were speaking just briefly before we kicked the interview off. We just mentioned when you played the Hammersmith Odeon in London and you recorded live in London. How was that gig for you?
It was fantastic. The audience obviously was ready, and we just had a really good time doing that. We were over there with Billy Paul, and we were with the Intruders, Billy Paul and the Intruders.
Oh, man.
All on Philadelphia International, distributed by CBS.
Fantastic.
It was fantastic. Yeah, it really was. And we got accepted, and that's what we were worried about. We didn't know how they would respond to us, but from the very beginning, it was really good.
Oh man, I mean, listening to the album, it comes across like you were really enjoying yourself, and the crowd were enjoying it too.
Yeah, that's what was happening.
London is a very, I said this earlier, London is a very honest town. It's a very honest place. And the couple of times that we played there, when I joined the group, the reception is so incredible.
Yeah.
So Andrew, let me tell you this about your city. Let me tell you this about London. So we're doing a concert, and I don't know if Walter remembers the auditorium that we did, not the H2, but not the O2, but the other place, the last place we played there.
Oh, right.
We played the auditorium there. Okay, so now we get finished performing. The place is going crazy. Now I've yet to witness this in the States. So I'm coming out of, when you come out the back, you're coming out into an alley.
Uh-huh.
And they're like all of these, I mean, like it's like it's got to be at the least 50 people back there waiting for us to come out the backstage door. Wow. So when I came out, they started screaming like I was one of the Beatles. They started tearing my clothes, and they took my hat, and they tore my shirt, and they were just screaming. So I had to tell them to hold on, I'm gonna sign every autograph, which I got that from Eddie and Walt, because they'll let you know. Look, hey, you ain't got to do that. I'm gonna sign everything, okay?
Yeah.
So I said that, but I saw how they reacted towards me, and right then I sat in the car because the promoter got us each our individual cars. Right. So I sat in my car and I said, "Oh, Walter, Eddie's about to get it." If they did that for the new guy, I know what's about to happen to those two. And I just sat back and waited for them to come out. And they mobbed them, man. They mobbed those guys. Man, I felt so bad for them. I didn't know what to do.
Oh my!
London is very honest. That's a very honest town when it comes to music. That's what they do. They love music. And you just showed me that you just bought some vinyl. Yeah,
I bought this album. I'm always buying 45s and LPs. I buy a lot of old stuff. I'll show you this brand new one. This one here, it's the Sacred Souls, and they're from Los Angeles, and it's recorded on old analog equipment, 2-inch tape, space echoes, all of that stuff. It's all
wow,
and it's on vinyl with 60s style cardstock. They're a label called Daptone, very good label. It's small pressings. There's not millions of them pressed, but you can download it. You can't download a physical like this.
Right. I love London, England. Listen, man, the best time I've had out of the States has been in London.
Right. That's good. That's really good.
I love their big healthy breakfasts.
Oh.
Yeah, the last hotel we stayed in London, I believe the breakfast was a free breakfast, but they had beans for breakfast, and I love beans, and they had all of the other breakfast stuff like the potatoes and the bacon and eggs and stuff like that, but I had never been anywhere where they served beans for breakfast, and they were like baked beans, like pork and beans, and they were really good.
Oh man, I love it.
Walt don't cheat himself. Not when it comes to food. He don't cheat at all.
No. I mean that's who you are. That's what keeps you nourished and healthy.
So good for you.
Yes, I love eating, and now that I can afford to eat whatever I want, I wear vegetables out.
Yes.
I love veggies, and it's not that I eat so high on the hog, because I don't, but just the stuff that I like eating, like pork and beans and Spam, and, hot dogs and pork and beans. Salads with chopped up meat in it and stuff like that. I love eating, and I love eating what I love eating.
And that's why you look good. That's why you look good.
Thank you.
There we are. Good, healthy diet.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I have a good time in London as well.
Brilliant.
I think I've been maybe 5, 6 times, something like that. And I'm better at flying than I used to be. So that 7 hours out of New York doesn't seem as bad anymore. That used to be a long flight when I first did it because I didn't like flying. And I sat with a pilot coming from Los Angeles to Cleveland. And he explained a lot of things to me about flying and about planes. And I'm much better at it now.
Very safe. That's really
Yeah.
good. No.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we've been to chicken wings, to good breakfasts. And I mean, obviously, there's always a good, there's a good feed up before a good song. So I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite OJ song?
My favorite OJ song is Love Train. I love the message, a big fat message about love, and everybody get on the love train, and everything will be okay. It'll work out. You got to communicate and you got to love. And the Love Train is the biggest song we've had to date, and it says the right things.
It does. That's awesome. That is awesome. I mean, it is. It's just a beautiful song.
I'm a OJ's fan. So let's just get that out the way.
Yes.
So I have my, I have like Just Let Me Make Love to You, Message in the Music, Favorite Person, and Walter did a record that was on OJ's album that was later on released by Gamble & Huff called Together We're As One.
Right, yeah.
You remember that record? Remember that came out later on, right?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. That record right there is a record that tugs at the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those records right there, those are meaty OJ records for me.
Oh, aren't they?
You know who did that? Tom Bell did that. Gamble & Huff didn't do it.
Really?
Together We Are One.
Tom Bell did Together We Are One.
Wow.
It's a perfect wedding song.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful
It
record.
is.
Yeah.
Tom Bell did.
And that's so those are my top OJ records. And I love Favorite Person, always did.
Yeah, I do.
Always did. I just always and Message in the Music. I think because they got a jazzier overtone, I guess.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Got big compliments from Manhattan Transfer.
Oh yeah.
On Favorite Person, because it kind of sounds like something they would do.
Yeah.
Great group,
yes.
man.
Still going.
Yes. Sounds like something they would do.
Yeah, that guy, I can't remember the guy's name, the lead singer. He's quite a funny guy though. He's funny. He's got a good sense of humor.
Okay.
Oh, the Manhattan Transfer?
Yeah, I've forgotten his name, but I'd seen some stuff on Instagram a while back, and yeah, we were having a little bit of a laugh back and forward over a couple of pictures, but it was funny.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good stuff. But man, I mean, it's such a big catalogue of music. I mean, if you ask me my favourite OJ song, I can't just say one. It's just gonna change every time. But this very minute, I'm going to go with Backstabbers right now. I'm just thinking of that incredible intro.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Or Give the People What They Want. I love that track.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's a good one.
We're opening with that one right now. We did it before, but right now we're opening with that, and it captivates just what it should do. It gets the audience into it.
Yeah, it's a great message too. We'll give the people what they want.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So right now, we have collaborations going on with an OJ's member. Doesn't that sound odd? You're in a group, but you're collaborating with someone in the group. But that's exactly what's happening because
You know what? And that, now that you put it like that, that it seems odd, but it's not odd for me.
no,
It's not odd for me because that was part of my bucket list.
Yeah.
To do a song with my mentor, a man that I've been, trying to pattern myself after.
Yeah.
So to ask him to do a song with me, I was shooting in the dark. I was gonna go for it, you know what I'm saying, and see what happens, because everybody have their favorites. Vocalist Walter Williams is my favorite vocalist.
There we are. Oh wow,
so
look at that powerhouse.
So to get him to do it, I knew what I was in for, but I didn't know I didn't know I was gonna have to go back and record my stuff over.
Very humbling
experience. I really, hey Drew, I really thought I nailed it. I really did. I was like, yeah, he's gonna have to get on this track. And then I found out I didn't really nail it.
You know what? You know what you can do? You could have blamed the chicken wings.
Hey, look, and he came into the studio with a box full of chicken wings.
Oh man, that's how to get it.
He had them in his arm.
I came prepared. I wanted to do a good job. And I liked the song from day one. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, I like this. This has got good groove. And it's complimentary to women. And oh yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. And normally I get a chance to study a song. I don't know if I had a whole lot of time with this one, but I made myself dig into it, and because I wanted to be real creative in the song. But the melody was so strict, it kind of made me stay within it, and it worked. Every now and then I would be able to drop an ad lib somewhere here and there, and try to embellish. But it turned out great. When we finished it, before I left there, I told him, I think you got one here. This feels real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Andrew said,
but I didn't know that Eric was going to go back in though, because they didn't play much of what he did while I was recording, so I didn't really know a whole lot about what he did.
Oh wow!
Well, you need to know I went back in.
Oh yeah.
You know that. You need to know that.
Brilliant.
Well, that's right.
Andrew said the UK likes it.
Yeah, I've been playing it, and you know what I like about that song? It's got a classic sound. That's the easiest way to sum it up. It's like you put it on, you think that's got a classic sound. You know,
that was deliberate. That was deliberate.
It's not trying to be anything else but what it is, and I like that. It's an honest song.
Like
it's
that.
Good.
I like that. It's not trying to be anything else but what it is. Yeah. I'm with that. That's a great way to express it.
Honest music. Yeah. That's it. It's wonderful. It's a great track. I've been spinning it, and I'm going to continue spinning it as well.
Thank you.
Ah, it's a pleasure.
That's good news.
That's it. So
maybe it'll make enough noise where we can come over and do something. Put a little show together. Okay.
I want to see you guys here. Then I don't have to go far to see you.
Okay.
I mean, I will come on a plane and come over and see you, but it'd be quite handy if you come to London. That would suit me fine. And everyone else, that would be awesome. Well, I mean, I'm going to be pushing for it with your management team. I'm going to follow a few leads over here and see what's happening.
Okay.
Good. That'd be good.
Well, you know, job of a DJ. We play people's music. It's good to just go a little further, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you love music, just like the song.
Yeah, just like the song.
Yeah, just like the song, and that's a fact. I really do. Every now and then, I'll get a chance to sit and play music that I really like. And it just so happens that OJ's is one of my favorite groups too.
And so it should be.
We've done a lot of things musically that wasn't introduced to the public.
Right.
And because I have those songs while we were recording them, and they never made the album.
Oh, really?
And I think right now, I think Matthew Knoll bought some of it from Gamble and Huff, and some of it is still just sitting in the can.
And you have ownership of that?
Oh, I don't think I have ownership. I just happen to have copies of it while we were recording it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I probably, I know somebody that actually goes, tracks down old unreleased tracks and gets them pressed up and put on vinyl, and he does it properly. He does all the licensing and everything, and he's looking for old music all the time. There's a friend of mine called Russell Payne, Super Disco Edits. I'll give him a shout because I play a lot of his music, and he's had people like pre-Daz Band before they were called that, and lots of other people, and he's always on the hunt, so he's a good guy to look out for.
Well, Mr. Gamble has a warehouse full of it.
Oh.
That was never released.
I bet. My goodness, just to get in there and have a listen. Oh boy. Was there I heard rumours that was it Sigma Studios burnt down, or is that not true?
This is the first time I'm hearing it.
Maybe that's wrong. I know the studios in Philadelphia where a lot of the Philly sounds were Philadelphia, sort of sound of Philadelphia, and all that was recorded. I don't know if that's the same place as Sigma.
Was this recently?
In the last few years, I was speaking to someone that said it happened in the last few years, and they were hoping to preserve it and all of that. But I don't know. I don't know the info on it.
Well, I remember it was on 12th and Race, so I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to make some phone calls too. Yeah. Because that studio, and especially the main room where Joe Tarja was the engineer, I've never been in another one like it.
Oh, man.
Magic happened in that studio.
Oh, yeah.
In that room, because they had at least 3 rooms, but the main room was upstairs. Big room.
Yes.
And boy, was it a good sounding room. But Joe Tarja was an excellent engineer as well. Very creative. And just knew his stuff.
Well, that really helps.
So was that studio close to where we got the star on the
No, we got the star on. Wasn't that on Broadway or Broad?
Okay. Broad Street.
That was
Broad
on
Street.
Broad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right down the street from the old Cameo Parkway Studios, which Gamble and Huff bought. At 309 Broad, I think it is.
Right.
Yeah, we were right down the street from that. No, Sigma is on 12th and Race.
Maybe it wasn't Sigma that had the problems. Maybe it was the other one then. Because if you hadn't heard that, then that might be good news. Maybe it's still there. I wonder.
I wonder too.
That would be good. I mean, that was one thing. I bet that was just amazing in that room. It must have had a really good sound. And did you have all the strings recording in there as well and everything else?
I think they did. I think MFSB recorded in there as well.
Wow.
And it was a great room.
Wow.
I think Joe Tarja built that room, I'm not certain of that, but I know he tried a lot of different things in that room, and it just worked out. But again, he was a great engineer too. He knew his stuff. He did. Reverse echo on For the Love of Money on the beginning, how he did that. And he was just a creative guy that made it work.
He was awesome. It's good. It's nice that you mentioned that. That's something you can do so easily now with modern technology. But back then, with all the tape splicing, and then to do a reverse reverb, and then you've got that lovely flange sound on the cymbals. I love.
Yes,
I love that.
Yes,
he got it. He got it so right, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
yes, he did.
Brilliant. So, what is next for both of you?
Well, my birthday was August 25th, and I became 79.
Wow.
But I don't feel like stopping right now. And I know we put it out there that this is the last time the Love Train's going to ride through your neighborhood. I want to continue.
Good.
I'm not ready to retire, although I know that retiring takes sometimes 2 and 3 years to cover all of the areas and territories you need to cover, so everybody can get a chance to ride the Love Train for the last time. But I want to continue. I want to do some other kinds of music.
Great.
Kind of like stuff that Nat Cole did, stuff that Sinatra did.
Wow.
That's where I hear myself settling down to and going now. I hate that the lounges are done in Vegas, but maybe a separate club kind of thing. Who knows? I might open my own separate club that seats maybe 300-400 people, and do my final wish there, because I want to sing some of that kind of music. I like that music, and I think I can sing it.
I think so too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
Really good. So, what's on the cards next for you then, Eric, with this new project?
I'm going to hang with Walter for as long as he wants to do it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna still do Eric Nolan stuff, because I just believe that this has nothing that. All I have to do is keep putting out good product.
Yeah.
But it really has nothing to do with me. It's all in God's speed, whatever time that is, because the way that the business is structured now is just so, with the streaming and all of that stuff, it's just hard to really get a good gauge on what's good music and what's not, and what's selling and what's not.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep doing that and keep doing the OJs with Walter. And when Walter decides he's done with it, then that's it for the OJs. That's just going to be it. I'm not doing the replacement. I'm not doing the sounds of the OJs experience. I'm not doing none of that. That's not, because what makes it special for me is them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're the ones that make it special for me. Eddie and Walt makes it special for me.
Yeah.
I believe this is how I believe. This is my take on it. When Eddie and Walter hits the stage, then what they bring to the stage is the outhouse, the racism, the Chitlin circuit, all of the blood, sweat, and tears, the hard times that they went through just to try to get $1. You know what I mean? So all of that comes on stage. And you can I'll never be able to write, and you can hear it. So I can never be able to get that again.
Nah.
So I'm good. I'm good. I had a good time. Yeah, win, lose, or draw. I had a good time.
Oh man, that's so awesome.
What were you about to say, Walt?
No, I was just gonna say, and so have I. I mean, this is a dream come true in a huge way. And if in fact Eric and Walter's project happens, that'll be something to build on and take it as far as it can go as well. We can do OJ's and do Eric and Walter. So
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing the outcome of that project and where that's going to go. And of course, I want to do OJ's until I can't do OJ's anymore. I tell people all the time, I will not be in that group they call the old Jays.
No.
I won't be in that group.
you don't want to be. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost Walter with this crazy Zoom technology. There are other brands available, but I still have you, Eric.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're still in tune. So where we just left off. So this project, where are you taking it next?
We're gonna see what this does. It's been lasting on the charts. Walter and I just did a video.
Great.
And we're going to put the video out in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to see where that takes us, you know, and if people, if they're going to gravitate to our sound.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said earlier, you know, we're not going down the same road, the same streets that other songs and records are going. Yeah. So sometimes that can be a bit challenging too.
Yeah.
With programming.
Yeah.
Because they're programming a certain type of sound, but a lot of the older stations and a lot of the stations that just likes to play the music, they've been gravitating to it. So we're going to see where it goes, and if it looked like it's something that Walter should probably explore, maybe we'll do about 5 or 6 more songs and see where it takes us.
Oh, I hope so.
You know what I'm saying? So because that could be another baby, that could be another life in itself. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because my initial plan was to just do Eric Nolan features.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. And Glenn Jones and myself, we're getting ready to release a record. And I've had talks with Will Downing, Lily Lyons from SWV, Tanya Doss, and Russell Tompkins Jr. from the Stylistics.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm going to do a record with them.
And you're very worthy, and so you should. I'm glad you are. That's really, really good.
I'm going to see how it works out. You know what I'm saying? But I want myself and Walter to spearhead this first.
Yeah.
And this is not trendy music, and all the music that I'm doing, it's not going to be trendy music. It's just going to be music, good music. So we're going to see who gravitates to that.
Yeah. And you think about it, we got 6,000 releases a day now. You know, now that people can just do stuff from home, we've now got, on average, a very saturated market. You have certain charts which will only want a certain sound. It'll be a soul chart, but they want a certain type of soul. Mm-hmm. And then you get the big, broader soul charts, which are still good, still good, honest charts. Because some of the other charts there, you're probably making more money off a video going out and getting royalties on that. Because some of these other charts are like, they'll play the record for 3 weeks and it's forgotten about.
That's right. That's right.
And as a DJ, I get under a lot of pressure because I'm an artist as well, a musician as well. When I get a tune, I want to keep playing it. I don't want to say, oh, I've been playing this for 3 weeks now and I've got 10 others waiting. I recycle. I don't do a chart. That's why I don't do a chart. But I think they're good things if they're honestly done, really good. Mm-hmm. But what a thing to contend with. So I think, making good, honest music like you're doing, it will always win.
I'm I'm from that school.
Yeah, we
I'm
want
from
that.
that school, so I don't believe in compromising myself.
Good.
I don't believe in cheating
Uh,
the public. I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in. I mean, that's almost like, what that's like. That's like going to the store and buying a pound cake, and you put the icing on the pound cake and call it your cake.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't believe in doing something that I'm not. I'm not. My heart is not attached to.
Yeah.
So I go do a song because the public is buying this type of song, and I don't even know what I'm singing, let alone know what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I get you.
So I'd rather do this and reach a couple people, so that when I'm able to perform it, those couple people can hear it. I'm cool. I don't know. I don't think that I'll sell 1 million or anything. But like I said earlier, God has the final say.
And at the end of the day, that is exactly right. Yeah, God has the final say. Yeah,
He has the final say, however it goes. And sometimes you hear people say, "I don't know how this happened."
Yeah,
because they really don't.
No,
I don't even know how. I don't know how I got into OJ's. I know what the steps were. I know what happened. I know Gerald, told his father about me.
Yeah.
I know I went to rehearsal. I know I had to retain that choreography. I had to retain those notes. Yeah. I had to become a professional. I knew I had to do all of that, but I couldn't have did it without God's guidance.
100%. When God gives you these skills, they're in you.
You know what I mean? But you don't really know. And here just not too long ago, I'm watching them on TV, or I'm watching them in a concert and saying, I want to be like them.
Amazing. And then
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's amazing.
I remember listening to Live in London. I remember
it's great.
Because I didn't see the show, so you can kind of like see the show on vinyl. You listen to it. I'm listening to it every night. I'm listening to everything. I can imagine what they're doing. So to be in a group that famous, that powerful, I couldn't have scripted that.
No, didn't see that coming at all.
So I'm not going to try to script this.
Yeah,
I'm just going to keep being ready, and I'm going to keep on putting out some respectable product.
That's it, and just keep the faith, and
just see what happens.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. Well, when someone doesn't do something which is, when someone does something that's not them, you can tell straight away.
You can tell it just like that.
Yeah, and some people, they get caught in that trap. They're making music that they don't like themselves. They want to be doing something else, but they can't because they got caught in the trap.
I was taught early. I was taught early in this game that one thing you can't beat when it comes to music is you can't beat a feeling.
Yeah.
When it feels good, it just feels good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels good, and the notes are not right.
Right.
Or your voice ain't really all the way 100%. Or you cracking on this part, or you not quite up on the note on this part, but it feels good.
Yeah.
So you leave it.
That's style. That's style there, isn't it? That's what it is.
So we'll see what God has in store for me. And I'm gonna take it from there.
Well, it's in His plan, I'm sure.
And to even hear Walter say, let's see where this goes, because me and Eric might do something. That's the first time he's ever said that.
And everyone's heard it now on air. So you got to hold him to that now.
It's the first time he's ever said that. Oh, yeah.
If he's ever
I'm
over here,
I'm not worried about it because he's willing to do it, and he feels that I'm vocally capable, that I'm talented enough to be on a record with him.
Yeah, that's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
That must feel great.
He's seen me over and over and over again. I mean, our first half of the shows that we did, I did the majority of Eddie's parts.
Wow.
And he saw me evolve and doing that, you know, and he's seen me in the trenches with him, you know, when Eddie is not available.
Wow.
He's also seen me do, you know, I did shows in his place where it was just me and Eddie.
Right.
When
Wow.
Walter was in the hospital,
Oh,
I had to do 9 shows in his place.
Cool. Yeah, he was ill, wasn't he? I mean, that's...
Yeah, he was very ill.
Yeah. COVID ain't no joke.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
They need to quit playing with COVID, because COVID ain't playing with them.
It sure isn't. And like you said, you can't beat the feeling, but you can feel the beating.
Yeah, you can feel it. That's right. Can't beat the feeling, but you can feel the beating. Yes, you can. That's
you
good.
can take that one. That's yours if you want it.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right, man. You'll see it on the t-shirt soon.
Brilliant. Man, it's been awesome having you on the show today, and also having Walter. And I know he's enjoying himself now, probably tucking into a nice bucket of chicken, I hope.
I promise you he is. If it's 7 days in a week, Walter have eaten chicken 5 of those days.
That's brilliant. I love it. Well, it's been awesome having you. Is there one last thing you want to say before we say our goodbyes?
Listen, for the people that's listening to this, give the single a listen to. Give Her Your Love by Eric Nolan and Walter William Sr. Give it a listen to. If you like it, tell somebody. If you love it, tell more people. Stream it, download it. Whatever it is that, however you get the music, get it. That's all. That's what I want to say, because I know it's feel good music. You know, it may not fit the genre of Chris Brown,
Mm-hmm.
but it does fit. But it does fit the genre of something that the OJs or Temptations, or, you know, it's just great music. So
Yeah.
give Her Your Love a listen to by Eric Nolan, featuring Walter William Sr. of the OJs.
That's it. That's perfect. And there are only 2 categories of music, as you know. Music that's nice and music that's not so nice. That's nice.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Andrew. Always, you know, you got me 24/7. Whenever you want me to come back on, you know I'm coming back on.
Thank you so much. Well, we'll have you back on when you got the next thing rolling.
Okay.
We're behind you. So, you know, let's make it happen.
My man.
Okay.
Thank you, Andrew.
Take care.
You're listening to Indie Soul Radio with DJ Prone, spinning the best independent soul school tunes. It's Indie Soul Radio. Let us put you in the mix.